Good morning everyone, it's Sunday and that means range test time. This is the BMW i5 M60, 600 horsepower all-wheel drive, and today we're going to do a range test at 130 kilometers an hour. Charge the car here at Ionity to 100%, preheated the battery on the way here. It charges amazing at high state of charge. At 91% I got over 50 kilowatt. After 11 minutes it's almost done, from 91 to 100%, which is cool. The car has 20-inch sport tires on. WLTP range on this car is 520 kilometers or so. It has an 81 kilowatt hour usable energy battery. That's not too much. I'm gonna drive in efficient mode and it's not too cold today, 11 degrees or so, or 10. We'll see how it is. I wanted to make a little shout out for E&C Energy Concepts. A few weeks back, Cindy and I wanted to buy a house, but sadly we didn't get it. And we planned a solar roof, so solar panels on the roof and a battery where stuff is saved so we can live off the solar energy and charging solution, all of this. And E&C Energy Concept helped us a lot. The house was 3 hours away from our home, so they went there without us, checked the house, and made all the plans, what we need and how to do it, and the prices were also fair. So really shout out to them. There's a link in the description to their website and to their Instagram page. They really rule. I am on my way, driving 133 on the speedometer. I have Assist Plus on if I can. Right now with the filming it complains that I'm looking at the screen because it can't see my face with the camera. Assist Plus means it's steering itself and I don't have to touch the steering wheel. It does everything itself, and then when there is, when someone is going slower, I just look in the mirror and it's gonna do the whole lane change. I have reset my trip, charged to 100%. Yeah, it's complaining the whole time, I'm sorry. My climate is on 23 degrees and it's not very warm in here. The car is weird when it comes to that. Usually I have to turn up the heat a lot, and then after a while it gets very, very warm and I put it to 20 degrees or so. I'm in efficient mode so that the car can have the least consumption possible. Let's go. I used 25% of the battery and I drove 73 kilometers. That's a calculated full range of 292 kilometers, I think. Consumption is 26.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, or 264 watt hours per kilometer, like it should be. And everything is good. We talk about how the drive is in a second. I turn around in 20 kilometers and then we go in a different direction as usual. How is driving the BMW i5 M60? It's really nice, it's comfortable, it's quiet in here. The seats are awesome. I'm all fine. I like it a lot. And we of course have to talk a lot about Assist Plus here on the highway. As you see, I don't have to touch the steering wheel. So when you get on the highway, it will tell you Assist Plus ready. You leave the steering wheel alone and it says Assist Plus is activated. Those two lights here are on, and then you get a message in the infotainment system explaining Assist Plus. You have to confirm that, and then it's on. You don't have to touch the steering wheel, and then when it sees, hey, you're going slower and there's no one on the other lane, do you want to switch lanes? You get a message with a beep, and then you look in the mirror. We're gonna have this in a second here anyways, because this one here is driving slower, and it does it not too early and not too late, so it doesn't have to slow down. Let's see. There's someone coming from the rear. That's why. There's someone coming in the back, it doesn't let me. And then when you pass very, very fast, it tells you to go to the back to you. Now, I look, it does it. It does it a bit fast, but it's fine. And when we are when we get by the car, and it's very fast, like I said, it's not like you'd go 100 meters away and then it beeps. Now it was actually a bit late. Usually it's a bit earlier. What I have noticed so far, so if you don't touch the steering wheel and then there's a patch where there are no lines, if of course gives the message and beeps that you have to hold the steering wheel, and when you don't have your hands anywhere near, that's a bit stressful. I had it a few times where it's steering left and right a bit, searching, and once it wanted to, even though there were lines, it went a bit too far and it turned the cruise control off. But other than that, it works really, really nice. The eyes are the important part here. The eyes have to be on the road. It notices with the cameras that you can't see for real, but you can see it with the cameras when you film it. If you look too long to the cockpit, it will give you a message, hey, pay attention to the road. If you have your head straight and you look to the left, you get a message. So, and of course, when you move your head, it sees that even more. So this is the important part. I used 50% of the battery and drove 152 kilometers. That's a full range calculated of 304 kilometers. My range went up and my consumption went down to 259. Still 11 degrees out there. I turned my heat already down. Like I said, this heat is weird and I'm a bit warm now. When I started driving, it was cold in here, even though I drove already half an hour to the charger and the heat was still on while I was charging. So, I don't know, but we go on. I turned around, navigated back to the charger. Like I said, it's getting warmer and warmer. I have now 21 degrees. And why does it keep turning off the sync? I haven't done that. It thinks I will arrive with 11%. It's 77 kilometers, 36 minutes to go. I have 119 kilometers of range. 11 degrees now, consumption 259. All is good and perfect. I got out of the highway exactly before the construction zone that is new here for a month now. That is annoying. So no construction zone, no slowing down at any point. That is awesome. So let's go back, see if we arrive with 11%. I have to drive it down to around 9% to do my charging test. I used 75% of the battery and drove 225, almost 226 kilometers. I have another 49 kilometers to go. Car now thinks I arrived with 10%. All good. Yeah, 11.5 degrees outside, and I have 83 kilometers of range. Do you want to charge for free? Of course you do. Stupid question. How can you do that? With Encharge. Encharge is an app, you install it on your phone, and when you are at a charger like this, you rate the charger. You give the charging provider via Encharge information. Can you charge there with a caravan? Is there a toilet? Is there food? Is there a playground? Can you walk your dog? All this information, and the charging provider and Encharge gives you, for this information, kilometers and stars, and these you can exchange for charging credit. And now all new in the app, when you use the app in Germany or France, you can use the app right away to start charging. So you don't need a charging provider where you use the credit. Really cool. Check the link in the description below to get 20 kilometers to start with. I arrived with 10%. This is my driving data. Google Maps says 275 kilometers, so just a tiny bit off. So I calculated the range and I get to 305 kilometers of full range. Is the camera falling down? Please not. No, everything's good. I'm doing a charging test and the suction cup is attached to the screen, and sometimes it doesn't stick, so I have to clean it a bit, and even wet, and then it sticks, and sometimes it sticks for a while and then falls down, so it's a bit stressful. But I think it's working now. Usually when it works for the first few minutes it works, but the sounds I think are here from the charger. For a car like this, for this price, the range is not incredible. And also it's not an SUV, but consumption doesn't seem to be that high, so the problem is the small battery. 81 kilowatt hours, where Polestar 4 or Audi A4 have 95 kilowatt hours usable. That's just almost, what is that, 18% more battery capacity, and then an Audi has lower consumption. But I did the S6 and I think it has higher consumption in this car, but still. But it was a great drive and was very nice and very comfortable. If you want to compare results of charging tests, range tests, or a long distance trip test, there are Google spreadsheets in the description below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Battery Life 1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below. And here on YouTube, there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.